I've always had a thing for apocalyptic type movies, movies about the end of the world or about just the shit hitting the fan type movies and apocalyptic type movies. Um, the one I'm about to talk about today, which is Leave the World Behind, was actually produced um, by the Obamas. Now, it's not your average doomsday movie. You don't really ever get 100% told what's going on. But the reason I'm talking about it today is because I rewatched it recently. It's only the second time I've watched it, but there is, I don't know. It's like they were really trying to tell us something in this movie. And after watching it the second time and doing a little research, were they trying to tell us something? I really think they are. There's some clips that I'm about to show you that kind of tell you what I'm talking about. Something is happening. It's 2025. We've got all kind of crazy stuff in the news, historic things happening everywhere, disasters, and things in this movie are already taking place. Like we're on our way to whatever they were trying to warn us about in this movie.
Here are hidden messages in the movie Leave the World Behind. Spoiler alert. First is the changing artwork. As you can see behind the bed, the waters are calm and still. But as it progresses, it becomes more turbulent. As you can see here, this symbolizes that still waters will be no more in the future to come. Next is this photo, which appears to be like radio waves or signals that changes to this and then eventually looks like this, reinforcing that our signals are going to be interrupted. Then we also have this artwork right here, which is eyes on a painting by a painter named Barthélemy Togo. The same artist also had an exhibition called Craving for Humanity, where his designs speak to the upheavals of the world, such as wars, famine, and abuse of powers. Next is this scene from above, which appears to look like a power button, signifying turn the power off. Next we have this pamphlet, which translates into Death to America, in what appears to be of Islamic origin. To add to that, let's not forget that the author Rumaan Alam is Islamic, and Mahershala Ali is also Islamic. And this was done cleverly to show who the message and warning is coming from. Lastly, I'll touch on what was seen while traveling. We see Fort Morse Road and Point Comfort, exit 76. Fort Morse was a free black settlement during slavery. This movie had a lot of references to race, which I would have to do a whole nother video for. So get in the comments if you want me to touch on that. Point Comfort was the irony of them actually leaving the city to come to the island to get out of their comfort zone, and how what's to come is going to also get them out their comfort zone. Exit 76 has to deal with the year the United States was established. The White Line, which also touches on the racial aspects of this movie, was a ship that brought the first African slaves to the colony of Virginia. We see the Huxleys, which is a reference to Aldous Huxley, the author of A Brave New World. And we also have the registration, which is 1222. Some speculate it's predicting a date. Others say it's nothing at all. I'll let you decide. I'll finish this off by explaining the ending, which most people hated. The little girl you just saw was obsessed with Friends and wanted to watch the last episode called The Last One. Not to mention that Matthew Perry used to date Julia Roberts, and he coincidentally passed away on her birthday. So basically, his ending marks her new beginning with this movie. And that is what the ending was all about. The end of the world as we know it, and a new one trying to survive. Once seen, it can't be unseen. And in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Yeah, the first time I watched the movie, I didn't notice any of that symbolism. The second time, I noticed a little bit. Then I started doing some research, and there's a lot more besides what this guy was talking about. Uh, Several more things with the paintings in the background. This next one I saw really got me thinking, though. Check this one out.
What is the truth? No one is in control. No one is pulling the strings. Sure, there are those like my friend who might have the right kind of access to the right kind of information. But when events like this happen in the world, the best even the most powerful people can hope for is a heads up.
This man said no one is in control. The best even the most powerful people can hope for is a heads up. Then proceeds to give us this long, drawn out, intentional pause. It's almost as if they wanted it to sink in. Is this our heads up? I don't know. This might be our heads up, y'all. I don't know.
I really think this is our heads up, or one of our heads up. I think the Obamas might have actually been trying to give us a heads up. I mean, I feel like it's right in our faces. With on top of the doomsday coming, according to whatever you read into this film, billionaires all over the world building doomsday bunkers like they know something we don't. Combined with the symbolism in this film that was produced by people that may possibly be in the know, put the two things together, it gets you thinking. It really does.
In 2024, the world's elite are not just planning for the future, they're preparing for survival. Elon Musk's rumored high-tech island retreat and Rihanna's undisclosed island haven are just the tip of the iceberg. Whispers abound about Jeff Bezos developing an underground facility designed for enduring global catastrophes. From private islands to fortified bunkers, the rich and powerful are securing their own safety nets. But as billionaires carve out their sanctuaries, it begs the question, what do they know that we don't? As they prepare for the worst, the rest of us are left to ponder the implications of these secretive escape plans. The line between prudence and paranoia blurs in 2024. Are these preparations just wise foresight, or do they hint at something more? Let's uncover the truth behind the elite's plans for surviving potential global calamities.
Have you guys seen the Doomsday map? Basically, like if there's a giant cataclysm event that happens on Earth and parts of the world floods and like all the sea levels rise, they came out with a map that looks like this. It looks like 40% of Florida's gone. But this lady, she took the map of the farmland that Bill Gates has been buying and overlaid it onto this Doomsday map. Every single dry land piece was occupied by his farmland. For instance, so California is basically completely underwater. Yeah. But there's these little pockets of islands. See those? That little one right there, that's one of his farmlands. Yep. And like that compared to like Zuckerberg, because on this Doomsday map, Hawaii is completely fine. New Zealand actually grows bigger and connects to Australia. But all these billionaires that are building bunkers and then buying up farmland, that all correlates with like these high points in America and around the world. It's super creepy.
There are a lot of conspiracies out there, a lot that I researched for this, for these videos, and is conspiracy theories and whatnot. I love getting into that stuff. There's a handful of them that I 100% believe are true, and then there's some that I'm iffy on, but we talk about a lot, UFOs, aliens, lizard people. This here with the billionaires building these bunkers, I really think there's some truth to it. These people know something that we don't. They are privy to information that we don't have, and they're preparing for it. If I had $1 billion, of course I would build a bunker because I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I think it's awesome to be prepared. Everything's lining up to show that these people, the richest people in the world, the richest people in our country, know something that the rest of us do not, and they're preparing for it.
And you see this Mark Zuckerberg building this $270 million bunker?
If you have $1 billion, we have learned that you can do whatever you want to do. When Elon Musk wants to send things in space, he don't have to ask nobody's permission. Congress don't meet. Senate don't meet. No police department got to be warned. He don't need a permit. None of that. If you got $1 billion, you do what you want to do, and then you tell them what you did.
Man.
And that's how it goes.
What he building a $270 million bunker? What do he know that we don't know, Cat?
Kim Jong-un? I don't know what you don't know. Do you understand that people that are not very bright are in charge of nuclear bombs all across the country? Mm-hmm. That's what he knows. He knows that 30% of all weapons systems are running off regular Wi-Fi. So what does that mean? That means if a solar flare or a meteor hits either one of those, literally a bomb can go off just because the system accidentally got turned off. Yeah, that's what he knows. The people that are in power know that the people that are running the most complicated and deadliest things on the planet are just an average idiot. And you know lots of idiots.
I do.
Yep. And these people are not special. Back in the day they were.
Yeah.
Not today. Not today.
Say what you want about Cat Williams. I know he's a comedian. I I love the guy, but he's definitely in a position to know more, to have access to more information than your average person. And what he says makes sense if you really think about it. But I'll be back again soon. I'll see everybody in the next one. Friends, question everything.
Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew.